Good morning. Okay, back in the car. Had a good night. Just had a bit of a late start this morning. It's just past 11 o'clock. Just checked out. Had some editing to do this morning. But back in the car, paid for my parking. My parking was $47 for the night. So wasn't cheap, but didn't have a lot of options around here, unfortunately. But the next few places are going to be much quieter, so I'm sure I should be able to get free parking. But yeah, heading off to Shikoku Island today. I've got about a 3.5 hour drive ahead of me, but very excited. I've been looking at some videos around this place and it's not so commonly travelled, so it'll be cool to see a place that's a bit off the beaten path and some really beautiful views as well. So gonna get after it. I'll update you shortly. Alrighty, just pulled over here, decided to have a stop. I'm just on Awaji Island now at the moment. So I've driven for about 40 minutes. So here I am down here, and there's Kobe up in the top right, you can see. And I'm just in this little seaside town. Looks like a fishing sort of village. I can see there's some sort of ocean farming out there. I don't know if it's fish or looks probably more like crops like oysters or mussels or something. So just thought I'd stop here, go for a little walk and yeah, see what this little place is all about. Okay, walking through Awaji village here. Very much just a fishing town. I'd be pretty surprised if they got too many tourists stopping through here, because there's kind of not much here in terms of tourist attractions, but this is the sort of stuff I love, just being able to stop in a random town and go for a walk. And it's beautiful. I'm just walking along the ocean here, and here I don't know how well you can see it on the camera, but these orange dots definitely, I would say, are some sort of oyster or mussel farm, but they are huge. Out in this direction here, I reckon they probably go out for a few kilometers. They're pretty much right into the horizon. I can see them going. So yeah, pretty big farms they've got there, but it's nice. It's a lovely sunny day. I've actually swapped the beanie for a cap today, which is a nice change. But yeah, just at the base of this beautiful mountain range that I've been driving through. Made my way down to the marina here and all the fishing boats, and it's yeah, very quiet. I mean, I think with the New Year's period, there's not a lot of people working, especially in this sort of thing. I think most people are at home with their families for like a week. With a lot of Japanese people I've spoken to, so it's a big deal when most people will travel, back to their hometown or their home city to be with family. So not surprised that I'm not seeing anyone down here, but almost makes it better to be able to just sort of explore. And just in this port area, and there's just fishing materials everywhere, but no one in sight. But very cool, just be able to walk and explore. I'm going to head back to the car, maybe grab some food and then get back on the road. Just popped into the Lawson's here in this little town to get a quick snack on onigiri, and walked in, and the woman sort of did a double take, which was funny. Yeah, I definitely don't think they're used to many tourists down here, so it's kind of cool to visit a place that not many other people would come. Is a nice experience. So yeah, back on the road now. I'll probably drive another hour or two and then stop and have some proper lunch, and then I've probably got another hour after that, I think, just about to get to where I'm going tonight. I think it's called Aya Valley. So yeah, still got a fair bit of driving ahead of me to do. One thing I thought I'd comment on as I'm driving along here is how good the signage is in Japan. There's never really been a moment where I haven't been super clear on where I'm going, even as someone who can't natively read Japanese. The signs are really clear. Everything's marked on the road as well when you've got multiple routes splitting off. There's been a few times I've seen that there'll be two routes in the same exit, for example, and they'll have them both color-coded, different colors, and then they'll paint those paths on the road. So they make it super easy to follow. And the quality of the road service is fantastic now. Like, I'm on the expressway here on Awaji Island, and it is so smooth, and it has been for the entire journey. Until you get down into the tiny little mountain back roads, the road quality here in Japan is really, really good, which is pretty much what I'd expect from Japan. Like most things, they've done it well. Just pulled over for a minute to go to the bathroom. I'm just on this little island called Oge. So this sits in between Awaji and Shikoku. It's literally just basically the road just crosses and past it, but some hotels and stuff here because it's a beautiful beach. There's a bridge that we came across. So I've only just stopped to go to the bathroom. I'm going to jump back in the car. I've got probably only 10 minutes, I think, until I get on the Shikoku. So I'm going to keep driving and I will be there soon. Okay, welcome to Shikoku. It's interesting, as I'm driving through this little town, it's clearly a lot of farming around here, but all the farms, like you can see all these plots here are tilled, ready for planting, but it's actually in sand. I can't tell from these crops what it is they're actually growing, but whatever it is, they're growing in sand, which is interesting. So I've made it to Shikoku now. I've just jumped out to go for a bit of a walk and stretch my legs. But I'm in an area called Naruto. And here I'm just walking along the beach. And I can actually see all of the islands. So I'll just zoom in here. Over here is Awaji. So that was the first island I drove across. And there's the bridge that I was stuck on with the roadworks. And this second island here is Oge, and then there's the next bridge over to Shikoku. So I'm going to go for a bit of a walk here, stretch my legs, grab a quick bite to eat, and then get back on the road. Next challenge, I need some petrol. I've only got half a tank and I don't know how frequent petrol stations are going to be over here. So I saw one earlier as I first got onto Shikoku, so I'm going to head back there, grab some fuel. So I've just watched a YouTube video about buying fuel in Japan, so hopefully I've got it figured out, but yeah, let's see how we go. Alrighty, found a petrol station. Let's see how this goes. Okay, got my fuel successfully, so I'm very glad I watched that YouTube video before I did it. But I opened up the fuel cap and it told me inside what type of fuel to use, which is just the regular. So here they have regular, high octane or diesel. And then I had to come over to this machine and work through it. There's no English setting, so it's all in Japanese, so I had to use Google Translate. But was able to navigate through, tell it I wanted to pay cash, that I wanted regular, and then you insert cash. So I just put 10,000 in, which is about $100 because I had no idea how much it was going to be. I only needed about half a tank. And then it'll just fill up to, I selected to do full tank, so you can either do amount of fuel, amount of cost of fuel, or you put in cash and say fill up to the max. So it only ended up costing me, I think, about $1,400, so about $15. So I got my change and my receipt and all done. So it's a little tricky to figure out. Definitely glad I watched that YouTube video, but another challenge faced. Now I'm going to get back on the road and get to Aya Valley. Okay, just stopped for probably the last time before I reach my destination for the night. Just grabbed a coffee from 7-Eleven and just beautiful mountains we're in here. I've got about 10 more Ks I think until I turn off the expressway and then start heading up the mountain. As you can probably see, it's already starting to sunset behind me, so might be getting a bit dark in my last bit of the drive, so Not going to stick around too long when I get there. But yeah, just a beautiful spot to have us rest. So I've just come out of a really long tunnel, and there's snow on the side of the road here. Don't know when that was from. It's definitely not that cold up here at the moment, but maybe a few days ago it got that bad. Interesting, just in this first little gully that I've seen it. So this is kind of protected on both sides, I think, a little bit, which is why the snow here hasn't melted. But it wasn't really something I was expecting to see, to be honest with you. But this drive is just phenomenal. Okay, good morning. I didn't actually update the vlog last night before I went to sleep. I was pretty tired when I got here, so I've made it to Aya Valley, and I'm in this little ryokan. So it's a little traditional Japanese inn. So I've got the tatami flooring, and I'm on a futon. I'm just on a thin mat on the ground. It wasn't the best sleep, if I'm honest. I'm a big guy, so sleeping on a thin mat like this is not ideal. But cool experience. I mean, this place was super cheap. It's just like $30 for a night in this little share house, and it's run by these two Japanese women. Barely speak any English between them, so checking in last night was an interesting experience. But I have breakfast made for me this morning, which is exciting. So I'm going to head down and have that shortly, and then enjoy that. But got another big day ahead of me today. Got a few things I want to do around this area, and then we'll be heading down to Kochi to stay tonight, or Kochi. So yeah, I'll show you my breakfast, and then we'll probably wrap up the vlog there for today. Alright, just finished my breakfast. That was a lovely meal. So I'm guessing it was pretty traditional Japanese meal for breakfast. So I had tofu, a boiled egg, some ham, some beans, some eggplant, and that was served with rice, miso soup, and a pot of green tea, and then a little banana for afterwards, a bit of piece of banana. Really yummy, and I'm very full now, and the host here kept offering me more rice, and I only got through about half of the portion of rice she gave me, and she kept saying, oh, more. I can't. I'm very full. So lovely breakfast. So I'm going to head off and explore today. So I'll wrap this one up here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.